Hey all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today I've got the Millennium Falcon for you, but only one stage, stage 93. Yeah, quite a lot to do in this stage. Put the two parts of the hull together, the dorsal gun turret we've got to put on, and the cockpit as well as. It can be a little bit fiddly, but anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, look, stage 93, let's have a look inside. Oh, your next part, straight into it. Hull panels and plant-on details. But we're fitting the upper hull recesses. There we go, we've got all three here. There we go, we'll fit them. And then we'll fit the cockpit as well. I've actually painted up the cockpit, or part of it anyway. There we go, that's the front. Pop that into there. Yeah, we'll get the PCB inside with the seating, of course. And then fitting the dorsal gunwale. And then fitting the upper hull onto the lower hull. Excellent. Yeah, lots of screws here, all them side frames, but that is what we're left with. Excellent. This is going to be cool. Military and naval command structure. Yeah, all looking cool. Stormtroopers. He looks half dead. Yeah, there we are, the Scruffy Rebel Alliance. But yeah, they won anyway, doesn't matter. Imperial Command Insignia. This is interesting read. It's all an interesting read, really. Excellent, there we go. Right, there are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, look, we don't need these parts just yet. Pop them to one side. What we do need is to pop the recesses into place. Okay, now we've got the correct screws. We can pop these recesses in place. That one goes there. I think this one, does that go there? Yep, that one goes there. Flip this around, and that one will go there. Well, 3 screws here, 4 there, and 4 there. And these smaller brass screws as well. Okie dokie. There we go, let's have a look. There we go, that's all 3 recesses in place. Yeah, you can see I've done some more painting as well. The grey and the red, but there's a lot more to do yet. Anyway, there we go, that's brilliant. Right, let's move on to the cockpit. Okay, now we have the cockpit. We need to pop all this lot together, don't we? This will go, just get that tape in there. Out of the way. This will go in here. Just there, like so. Excellent. And this just goes over the top. Line out for that cable. Line this up. There we go. Push all that together. There we go. That's looking pretty cool. Excellent. Right, now this piece, let's see, it does go over the top, I think. Where is it? There it is. There's a notch there for here, is it? Right, it's that small one actually here. So that one will go there. This will keep these together, and then we can put the front of the cockpit in place. There's a tight fit. Got to line it up correctly first. There we go, I didn't think that was going to go for a minute. Yeah, it's always a bit more awkward when you're doing things on camera. But there we go. This lights up beautifully. I've got a new PCB for that, our replacement one. And this just basically goes just like that. Excellent. Now I'm not going to glue that on, I'm going to leave that like that, because you just never know, do you? Well, there we go, that's the cockpit. Now we need to pop this in place. Okay, now we need to take this panel off because we need to connect this with the cockpit. Okay, we can fit that panel onto here. It will go just here through them two holes there. A couple of brass screws on the inside, slightly longer brass screws these. There we go. Oh, look at the difference. Right, we can refit this now. Get that like so. I'll get the 4 screws back in place now. There we go. Get in focus first. There we go. Brilliant. So there we go. That's the cockpit in place. You can see how much work I've got to do yet with the painting. Pop that in there. Is that right? Don't roll me around. There we go. Excellent. Okay, now we'll fit the top here. We need 6 screws for this. I'll dress the lead afterwards. I think I've lost my little clip. So I want 6 screws. There we go. Now we can fit the glaze in. Now there is a little notch. I think it goes that way. There we go. That'll fit there like so. Now we need the dorsal turret. That goes there, but we also need to fit this ladder. Okay, so the ladders will fit into them 2 holes. Just there like that. I need to pull it through. There we go, you can see the ladder through there. I have to take the seat out to make sure it's positioned correctly. Okay, now we can fit that in place just there. Right, got glue on it. Hold that, keep that steady. Brilliant. There we go, there's the dorsal gun well in place. Yeah, right, we need to fit this part of the hull onto the lower hull now. Okay, now time to put the 2 halves of the hull together, the upper and lower. Let's see, need that ladder through the middle, just there. Yeah, see, I think that's gone down. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Whew, that weren't too bad. Right. Just a matter of lining it up. There we go. And we get all these side frames in place. This did flip off. I'll put that back in a minute. Right, I've got it on a Lazy Susan so it can turn. Just need to line up all the side frames like these here. Needs coming a bit more forward. There we go. Yeah. Okay, no, everything's lined up. The hardest part is getting the mandibles in place just here. Once you got them in place, the rest will drop in because of the weight of the mandibles. Yeah, it keeps dropping just like that. So we just need a couple of screws into here, this side frame, while I hold this together. There we go. Yeah, because they only sit in at the top here. It's just a matter of making sure I can get enough. There we go. Get that there. Get this screw in. And I'll tighten these other 2 screws up and we'll get the rest of the side frames in place. There we go, brilliant. Right, we just need to connect up the last two, well, the dorsal gunwale and the cockpit. We need the switch through here as well, the main switch. There we go. Put that there, we'll just leave that up for now. The dorsal gunwale goes into J8 just here. There we go. And we want the cockpit over in J14, which is just here. There we go, J14. Excellent. Okay, I don't need to remove this panel to get to the battery compartment and reroute that. So it's just the 4 screws for this. Okay, here's the lead. This is the extension lead, of course, for the battery. Just reconnect these, and then we can put the battery box, which is held there, into place. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. I'll get the 4 screws back in place now. There we go. Last screw. Excellent. Made sure it's switched on as well. Okay, we can give that a test now. Make sure the main switch is on, and we just press the test button. There we go. Excellent. You can see the gunwale there. Fantastic. Look at the detail. This lot won't come on until I pop the landing lights on. Okay, let's try the lights again. Let's do the landing lights. There we go. Brilliant. And the cargo hold. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, landing lights. Everything working fine. Brilliant. Excellent stuff. So there we go, that is that stage, stage 93 completed. Also got the cockpit lights. There we go, they dance around. There we go, that's where the front removed. That looks pretty cool. And obviously the headlights, they're working as well. Okay, now folks, there we go. That is my Millennium Falcon up to now. Looking absolutely fantastic. Lots of painting to do. Obviously I've done the underside. I have got the gun, is it the quad laser gun to put in place yet underneath, and I am going to fit legs on it. I'm not putting it on the stand. I use the stand for something else basically, but everything's working fine as you've seen. The mandibles are all painted and weathered. I have put a coat of matte varnish. I think about it. Yeah, we are. There we go. Humbrol acrylic varnish, matte. Yeah, that keeps everything in place. Here's one of the guns as well. There we go. I've just painted it grey. I've left the barrels, the colour of the metal, and I've just put some wash on the front, so you know it's like gun smoke. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that? There we go. Yeah, I just need to varnish it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's better, back in focus. A little bit slow these cameras at times, but yeah, I just need to varnish that, and then that is ready to pop it in place, because obviously we pop one on here. But as you can see, I've still got quite a bit of work to do on this. I've got all the side panels, I've got this cover plate as well. There we go. There we go, that's not been worked on yet. But we've still got, what are we on now? 7 more stages to go yet. So still quite a bit of work to do. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed about it. I have ordered some figures for inside the cargo hold. I've not put any for the cockpit. They're all going to be in the cargo hold, obviously, because when it's switched on, I can take this top off, this cover. There we go. See, that's another piece that I've already completed as well. That's been varnished now. Obviously that goes on there, and it is a very tight fit actually, because it goes under this plate here, this central part. Yeah, but that will go there, and yeah, I just need to take that off to expose the cargo hold, as you already probably know anyway. But yeah, it's looking absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I've still got quite a lot of work to do on this, so it's going to take me a few days off camera to get it painted, and the next time you see it, we'll be putting some side panels on. Yeah, the side frames, and we got the airlocks, 2 airlocks as well. Ooh, they're already got a base coat on, so yeah, part way there. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy that. If you did, give us a nice big thumbs up, and hopefully I'll catch you for the next video. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.